In this video, our focus is on understanding what an absolute value function is. It's also popularly known as the modulus function. Let me draw a grid, x-axis, y-axis, and let me label 2 points over here. This point I'm labeling it as R, and the other point I'm labeling it as Q, and origin is right over here. The coordinates of R are 3, 0, coordinates of Q negative 3, 0. Now, if we look at the grid, this distance from O till R is 3 units. Again, looking at the grid, the distance from O till Q is 3 units. Even though one of the x coordinate is positive, the other x coordinate is negative, the distance OR, the magnitude, the distance from the origin is 3 units. And the distance OQ is also 3 units, because when we talk about distance, we do not consider the negative sign. The negative sign simply says that one point is along the positive x-axis, the other point is along the negative x-axis, and that is what simply the positive and the negative means. It could also be along the y-axis. For example, this point is A, this point is B. Coordinates of A is 0, 5. Coordinate of B is 0, negative 5. OA is also 5 units. And similarly, OB is also 5 units. Now this symbol stands for magnitude, stands for distance with no respect for the sign. This is the basic idea of modulus function, the absolute value function. That means if I want to write down the basics of this, what I'll do is that I'll say, if I plug in a positive number inside the modulus sign, inside the absolute value, I'll keep on using both the terminologies. Absolute value, that's another name for modulus, and I'll also use the terminology magnitude. So now, if I say modulus of 3, that is positive 3. Modulus of negative 3 is also positive 3. What it means is that positive number remains positive, but negative number also becomes positive. What about 0? 0 is neither negative nor positive. Magnitude of 0 is 0. So therefore 0 remains as 0. That means whatever comes out of the modulus sign, it will be either positive or it would be 0. So these are the two possibilities that will be coming out of the modulus sign. That means if I say modulus x equals to 3, there are two possibilities. The possibilities are x was positive and the answer naturally is positive, or x is negative and the answer is positive after the absolute value sign. In other words, x is 3. In other words, x is negative 3, which makes perfect sense because this is the example that I used. After the modulus, I'm getting a positive. After the modulus, I'm getting a positive. But the thing that I plugged in this function machine, that could have been either positive or either negative. So that is why the values of x are positive 3 and negative 3. Let's do some more examples to understand this concept in totality. If I say modulus of x equals to 7, again, there are two options. X with a positive sign equals to 7. X with a negative sign equals to 7. Therefore, from the second one, I get x is equals to negative 7. Let's increase the level of difficulty. x plus 1 modulus equals to 5. That means x plus 1 with a positive sign equals to 5, or x plus 1 with a negative sign equals to 5. Therefore, from the first equation, x comes out to be 4. From the second equation, x plus 1 equals to negative 5. Therefore, x is negative 6. Now we are understanding this concept. So why don't we plug in these values in this equation to double check? If I plug in x is equals to 4, 4 plus 1 is 5. Modulus of 5 is naturally 5. If I plug in x is equals to negative 6, negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. Modulus of negative 5 is also 5. That means the working makes perfect sense. Let's solve some more questions on this concept. Something like 2x plus 1 modulus equals to 7. The rule is the same. Either or, if you want to define it more explicitly, 2x plus 1 with a positive sign equals to 7. 2x plus 1 with a negative sign equals to 7. 2x equals to 6. X comes out to be 3. 2x plus 1 equals to negative 7. 2x equals to negative 8. X comes out to be negative 4. Let's double check. X is equals to 3. X is equals to negative 4. If we plug it in, 2 into 3 plus 1 modulus. Modulus of 7 is 7. Perfectly all right. Similarly, 2 into minus 4 plus 1 modulus equals to 7. Negative 8 plus 1. That is negative 7. The modulus is 7. This is perfectly all right. So this is the beginning of the basic concept of modulus function.